Hi Stampers, it's Elizabeth from StampScrapandMore.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Canada. And thank you for joining me today for another video tutorial. We are going to be playing again with Stampin' Up's Rainbow of Happiness stamp set with the coordinating dies and the no longer available Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper that was from Celebration. If you have this, great. If you don't, just use a small scale Designer Series paper. You can get a similar look. Just keep it in the same color family. The colors that we're going to be using are Pool Party, Magenta Madness, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, and Bermuda Bay. Let's get started. So the stamps we're going to be using, thank you, this hashtag, the dots, and the hearts. That's what we're going to be using in this card. And this is the card we're going to be making. This embossing folder, I do not own it, so we're going to be using Time Worn type. So you can get a similar look just using an embossing folder that you have. And then this scalloped edge, scallop piece is from the Scallop and Contour dies. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Scallop and Contour dies. Again, if you don't have that, you can just cut a square piece that will match. And then this is a layering piece that goes on top, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. So the card base is Pool Party, and it is your standard card size, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Inside layering piece is 5 1/4 by 4, and that will go on the inside. Outside piece is the same size, which is 5 1/4 by 4, but I have run it through the Time Worn type embossing folder. That is carrying over into the new catalog. This is the Scallop and Contour die. If you do not have it, you can cut a plain piece of white cardstock, basic white. It's 4.5 by 3 1/4. So it's 4.5 by 3 1/4. This one looks really nice because it's got the stitch edging around it. The layering piece that's going to go on top of that, again, is basic white, and it is 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. You need rainbows cut out in Magenta Madness, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, and Bermuda Bay. And what I did was I took this die, but I didn't want to waste and cut out a whole sheet of the Mango Melody. Unless you wanted 4 different rainbows in that color, that's great. So what I did was I just cut a piece that would fit that. So I don't know, 1.5 inches, and made it long. And then when I put it on the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I put it upside, and say this was the piece of paper. I put it upside, and then I laid this on so that it would lay over the rainbow that I wanted, and then put the plate on and ran it in upside down the other way so that this was facing up, and that way you see what you're getting. And then I did the same with the Mango Melody, and I cut another piece and I laid it on like that, so it would be like a piece that 2.5 inches wide, and then lay it on so that it's covering that whole space. Then you'll do the same for that one and the same for that one. Obviously, when you do this one, you're going to need a much smaller piece that's going to fit over there. Key is to put it on the plate facing up and put your paper on top, and that way when you roll it through, you make sure that you're getting what you need. And then I've die cut out the 4 of the rainbows in Pool Party. All right. Okay, let's start. Oh, and the Designer Series paper, you have to give that measurement, is a 1.5 by 5 1/4. And we're going to layer that on here like that. You can use Tombow glue, you can use Stampin' Seal Plus. If you use Stampin' Seal Plus or Stampin' Seal, just make sure you burnish it into all of the cracks and crevices of the embossing on the card front. I'm just going to make sure I've got it lined up. I think I cut it a little long. I usually do that so that I can trim off the bottom. There we go. And I'm just going to really burn it. Oops, I'm shaking the camera, sorry. And burnish that in. And I'm going to adhere that to the front. The hardest part of this card is actually cutting out the rainbows. And this is going to get mounted, even space, north, south, east, and west. Okay. And now I'm going to put that aside. This piece I'm going to take is the layering piece. Oh no, we're going to stamp these first. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to stamp these first. So I've got the Mango Melody and I've got the hearts. Right there, the hearts and the Mango Melody ink. I am just bringing out a scrap piece. I'm going to bring out a scrap piece of that so that I don't get it onto my clean grid paper. Because I have one more card to film for today and I want to keep it clean grid paper. And now I'm going to take the hearts and I'm just going to randomly stamp the hearts all over. And you know, you can do spastic stamping if you want. That's my term. You're not really careful where you're stamping. You're just going very random. But you do want to be able to see some of the hearts. Or make sure that they are definitely hearts. I know this part seems a little fussy. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I do think it adds a little bit extra detail. Oh, and then I'm just going to go back over and a couple of the spots that I missed. So there are the hearts on the Mango Melody. I'm going to put that stamp away. And now I'm going to bring out the, not Mango Melody, Magenta Madness. Now I'm going to bring out the Mango Melody. And I'm going to bring out the Mango Melody stamp, or stamp pad, and then this is the stamp we're going to be using. And I'm just going to stamp lines all the way down. And again, this is just an interest thing. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but hey, you've got the stamps, why not use them, right? Especially the small stamps. I love it when you can use up multiple stamps on in your stamp set. I'm going to put that aside. Next up is Granny Apple Green, and we are going to use the thank you, the little thank you. This one, I would be a little bit more careful stamping it because you want to make sure you can see the thank you. Or you don't have to see, it doesn't have to be thank you the whole way. Like I'm stamping some of it off, but I don't want to overlap too many. But some of them, I do want to have it so that you can see the actual word thank you. The first time I did this card, oops, I just did it there. I did stamp over some of them. And fill that in. So I'll show you what I mean. Oops. So there you'll see the thank you. You can see where you can see the thank you there, the thank you there. But some of them I've stamped off intentionally. And then the last thing we're going to do is we've got the little dots and we've got the Bermuda Bay. Whoops, there we go. And I'm going to take the Bermuda Bay. It's the right one. And I'm going to randomly stamp the dots. Like that. Oh, while I've got the Bermuda Bay out, I'm also going to take the thank you, and I'm just going to clean it off because it has Granny Apple green on it. I'm going to take the thank you, and on one of the clouds, which one? The large one, I'm going to stamp the thank you. Like that. All right, stamping is done. Okay. Now I'm going to take this piece. Oh, I'm going to bring this back in because I might need it. I'm going to take this piece that I tell you, which was 3 3/4 by 2.5, and I'm going to be layering these on it like this. I'm going to layer them on like that and like that. So the idea is that they are, this one, I'm going to do it so that it's down here on the right hand side and then up here on the left hand side. So I'm good with that one, and then make sure that that one will fit before you put it down. That one will fit, and then that one will fit. So let's get out my Tombow glue, and we're going to put some Tombow glue on here. That's why I left the paper grid out, so that it catches any of the adhesive. And whoops, nope, I gotta go down a little bit because I want this one, whoops, to go off the edge there and to go off the edge there. I do have a little bit of adhesive that I'm going to erase off. Just getting rid of that adhesive so it doesn't stick to everything. Okay. So that's the first piece. So the first piece, once you get that down, you're good. So it's going to go off the edge here and then meet the edge here. And now we're going to lay down the next one and the next one, and then that's the last one. So let's put down the next one. And here you have a rainbow of happiness. Like that. Tombow glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room to make sure it's in place. Next one. This one I've left bigger spaces between, so you can, however your paper wants to sit. Everyone, because it's handcrafted, right? So everyone's going to look a little bit different. And that is the last one. Okay, and that's why I put the paper down. There we go. And now we're just going to trim this off. This is why we have to clean our scissors sometimes, because they get adhesive on them. And I just use rubbing alcohol when I clean my scissors. All right. I can get rid of that now. Okay. And now that's going to get that is going to get layered flush onto that. Isn't that beautiful? Love this. I love this. Was this one? I think this one, the next card too was this one and the next one were my favorites. Mind you, I did receive one in the mail from Leanne. I think it was Leanne, and I have it on my inspiration shelf because it was gorgeous. And who knows, maybe I will recreate that one as well because it was beautiful. It was from Leanne Livingston. And it was a gorgeous card. All right, so I'm going to pop this up like that with dimensionals, and you know we need dimensionals in the middle so there are no saggy bottoms. Uh-oh, if you just heard that rumble, it's not thunder, it's my tummy. What time is it? Oh, it's almost lunch. What am I going to have for lunch? What am I going to have for lunch? I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good, but oh, so hard. All right, like that. And now I'm going to, oh shoot. So what I should have done this ahead of time. So I'm going to stick this one down in here. This one is going to get popped up under here. So this one I'm going to freehand cut it so that it It matches, has a straight line. I don't want that side. And a little bit of Tombow glue. And I'm going to sneak it in under there, and so that it is flush against the edge of that basic white. This one I'm going to pop up here so it's just peeking out. Like that. This one I'm going to, it's flush, put like this. And then this one I am going to pop up so that it's like that. And yep, big dimensional fits. Like that. And then I am also going to, where did my rhinestones go? Oh, I put them back. That's unlike me to put something away. And I'm going to use 2 big ones and a little one. And look, I'm going to do a little happy dance because I'm going to get rid of this sheet. And I'm going to use a little one from here. And 1, 2, and then 3. There we go. Oh, we have to put the paper on the inside. I'm going to leave it blank. Make sure I don't have any dirt on the outside. This is like my 4th card or 4th video today, and my hands are starting to get dirty, so I need to go wash them. There we go. Isn't that sweet? Love this. Just love the rainbows. I think it's so happy. There we go. So that was the second card from the Rainbow of Happiness class I took a few months back. Thanks for checking in. There's one more card from this set. Plus, I might recreate Leanne's card because it's beautiful. Take care. Happy stamping. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.